I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to get straight to the point. Like the thumbnail says, I need your help. And anybody who's watched my videos probably knows it's not easy for me to ask for help. That's my own stuff. That's my own weakness. That's my own liability. I just have a big problem with it. But I really have no other choice but to say, guys, I need your help. And I'll explain how you can help in a few minutes. But let me, first of all, explain why I'm making this video here and now. The adpocalypse. Anybody who's watched a video this year on YouTube, meaning you right here and now, knows about the adpocalypse on YouTube. Some channels are affected more than others. For example, political, religious, social issue-oriented type channels, highly affected by this. My channel, not so much, thankfully. Although gaming channels are affected somewhat. I've heard stories about Preacher, I've heard stories about Asmongold, I've heard stories about Hazd, I've heard stories about a lot of big YouTubers, WoW YouTubers, that have had issues with this whole adpocalypse. Fortunately for me, I haven't had that much of an issue. It started to hit me towards the end of the summer. I'd say out of the 30 videos I've uploaded since the end of the summer, about a third of them have been flagged for inappropriate content for all advertisers. Not appropriate for all advertisers. And there's a review button that you could hit, which I hit, and within an hour or two I was back online, so no reason for me to complain. But guys, there is a reason now. When I uploaded the recent PvP video with my Elemental Shaman and Temple of Katmogu, which is obviously a religious video because it takes place in a temple, it got flagged for inappropriate for all advertisers, which is fine. Hit the review button, right? Well, not exactly, because now YouTube is not manually, Luxley can say manually, YouTube is not manually reviewing videos until they get 1,000 views. And this is really alarming to me for two reasons. One, my videos don't get 1,000 views within the first 72 hours of being uploaded, which was not the case 2 years ago, let alone 3 years ago. And two, I'm not making any money off of the videos that I do. I don't know why this video was flagged. There's not a single curse word, there's nothing political, there's nothing religious. The only thing I could think of is that I had PvP sounds playing in the background when I recorded it, and the guy says, "Killing spree," which of course is offensive to a lot of advertisers. Why this is very discouraging for me is very simple. One, I'm not getting 1,000 views within 72 hours of any given video that I upload, including new PvP videos. And two, any small channel, the majority of the revenue that they make comes within the first 72 hours of being uploaded. So essentially, YouTube is pulling the plug on the money that I'm making because I still don't understand why this video was flagged. This is extraordinarily alarming to me. The combination of not getting the views and not making money. You could connect the dots and do the math from here, but this gets even worse. It's been brought to my attention that there's somebody out there who has been recording my new PvP videos. Just copy and paste, baby. Right from the start to the end, including my intro and the outro, the whole thing, recording it and uploading it on his channel. And I took appropriate action. If the guy was criticizing me, even negatively, I believe all publicity is good publicity. I'd let him keep it up, but he wasn't. He was just copying, pasting, so I filed a claim. It gets worse, though. Recently, I did a couple of videos with my niece. One has been uploaded already where I kind of do a parody/satire on people getting hyped for expansions. And I was talking about how people were so psyched for Warlords of Draenor, the fun, and it turned out to be disappointing for most when the product actually launched. Did another one which I didn't upload yet. And the reason for that is I finished these videos several days ago, and both videos were scheduled to be uploaded, and both videos got flagged for copyright infringement. Now, I've seen Trade Chat, I've seen Preacher, I've seen Belore Gaming, I've seen plenty of YouTubers do WoW YouTubers do reaction videos on that cinematic, and I gotta believe that they didn't get the same hassle that I got. I'm kind of wondering, is Blizzard against me as well? And this is all very, very alarming to me. Extraordinarily alarming. Now, I'm not going to sit here and point the finger, it's all Blizzard's fault, it's all YouTube's fault. Part of it is my fault. I didn't produce any guides, even though I was working on 4 guides, and guides are really the lifeblood of any given channel. I don't implement a camera. I don't have a live stream. But when your channel loses that growth momentum, it's kind of difficult to motivate yourself to do all the above that I just mentioned. It really is. And people will say, well, the argument is, the stat argument, the generic argument is, well, you do it because you love it, which I think is incredibly stupid. Because you don't see a lot of people out there getting their friends together and performing Shakespeare in their backyard without an audience, without making any kind of money. It doesn't really happen that often. You know, maybe people aren't always doing it for the money. Maybe they're doing it for the creative process, which certainly takes sacrifice, regardless of what it is you do. Whether you're a singer, you're playing guitar, you're a dancer, whatever it is, it takes a level of sacrifice. And that's okay if you're getting the rewards. And the rewards aren't always money. The rewards are growing and building an audience. And it's come to my attention that neither are happening here, which is where you guys come in. I've been flirting with 10,000 subscribers for quite some time now, and I just can't seem to hit that number. At the time of this video, I'm 7 subscribers off, and it's kind of funny because when I was about 100 subscribers off, a few people started mentioning this back in May, June, and July, and I said, yeah, if I'm fortunate, maybe I could get there by the end of the year. They thought I was joking. I wasn't joking. Because 2 years ago, my channel was getting 25 to 35 subs per day, getting 500 to 600 subs per month. And now, I'm lucky if I get 1 sub a day. My content hasn't really drastically changed. And I'm at a major conundrum here about what I should do. And I know part of it is YouTube. I know part of it is PvP being dead. And I also know part of it is me not branching out into other things, other games, other areas of WoW, some ideas that I've had for other channels, which I will tell you here and now. I am going to launch another channel in January, and it is not going to have anything to do with gaming. Tell you that right now. So, yes, there are ways that I'm going to combat this, but what I need from you guys is just by hook or crook, hell or high water, just get me to 10,000 subscribers. When I talked, or should I say when I first started my channel, I said if I could get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll feel like I hit the bottom rung of the ladder and I could climb my way up from there. Well, this has been a hell of a climb. I should have been there, as far as I'm concerned, 2 years ago. But things happened. I didn't get into the beta. Blizzard slammed me with some bullshit account ban for third-party software, which I did not use. Me not making a guide, big problem. Me buying a camera but never using it, big problem. So yeah, there's a lot of elements that factor into this. But I need your help, guys. I can't do this all on my own. I can't. And I'll be willing, 100% willing, to give back. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about contests, I'm talking about prizes, regularly doing prizes. I'm talking about starting my own guild, PvP and PvE in one, Horde and Alliance. I'm talking about having a BG night. I'm talking about streaming, whether on YouTube or Twitch, or even if it's just a podcast, just something. But getting 1 subscriber a day, struggling to get 1,000 views on a video when you have 10,000 subscribers is really hard to get motivated, okay? It really is. And, I have to be logical. I have to be reasonable. I am starting to think that my content in WoW is a bit too esoteric, meaning that I'm not appealing to the broad audience. I'm not a BlizzBot. I find myself saying and providing the same exact insight that Asmongold would on certain topics, and yet his videos will get 50, 60,000 views and mine get 500-600. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really just don't get it. If any other WoW YouTuber, whether it's Swifty, Preacher, Trade Chat, whoever it is, fill in the blank, if they were slammed with a bullshit ban from Blizzard and that kept them out of the beta, if they were slammed with copyright infringements on the same exact content that my competitors are uploading, how often will they still be out there promoting WoW, promoting Blizzard, whether directly or indirectly? Not very long. I'm only human. And this might sound like a complaint. If you don't want to help, you don't have to help. I'm not going away on YouTube. I do love what I'm doing, but it's becoming pretty evident to me that the content I'm producing with WoW is just not working. And it's got to be reevaluated. Now, this is where you could come in and help. Prove me wrong. Go on there and before the end of November, pump up my Elemental Shaman PvP video. Watch it. You don't even have to watch it. Just click on it, get it to 1,000 views. That would be enough for me. Or just simply go out there and find me 7 subscribers or make it 17 just to put me over the top of 10,000. It's all I want for Christmas, people. It's all I want for Christmas. Except I want it a little early. I want it before the end of November. And there's one last hurdle, and that is I got to get into the beta. I should be in the beta. If Blizzard overlooks me, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But if I get into the beta, if you guys prove me wrong, get that video to over 1,000 views so it can be reviewed by YouTube, and I'll be happy. And get me to over 10,000 subscribers, and I'll be happy. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to reach in your wallet for a credit card. I'm not asking you to do a super chat on YouTube or donate money on Twitch so I could buy a new computer. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking to get me 17 subscribers. I'm asking to get me another 250, 300 views on one lousy video. It's up to you. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm letting you guys know. I'm asking you to prove me wrong because... And I'm also open to suggestions about what kind of content to produce as far as something that pertains to World of Warcraft. I don't want to start getting into other games. Everybody's going to talk about the game they love, etc., etc. PvP is dead. And there's nothing in Battle for Azeroth that's going to fix that. Nothing in Battle for Azeroth that's going to change that. And yes, things are still in the oven, and it could end up being overcooked, undercooked. We don't know yet, but the reality is, as is, what's on the table right now, Blizzard's putting a Band-Aid on a headache. And everything that they plan to do for PvP, which I don't even think they're planning to do anything because, let's be realistic here, Holinka left mid-June. They still haven't filled a fucking position. So it's been 5 months, and there's still no lead designer. Therefore, there's no leadership. And we all know that if this was raiding, if this was Mythic Dungeons, if this was any other aspect of the game, that position would have been filled in no more than 2 months. And now it's been 5 months and counting. Nothing. It says a lot. It also says a lot that the WoW Mythic Dungeon Invitational Championships received roughly, I think, 80,000 views. And the Arena Championships, the finals recently at BlizzCon, well, they received 10,000 views. Do you see the difference here? Do you see the reality of what's going on with PvP? There's no doubt in my mind that I got to start making some adjustments here. And right now, I need you to prove me wrong. It's up to you. And then we'll see what we're going to do going forward. Luxley saying, whatever it is by you, morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.